You ever open your front door and just know the universe is about to mess with you? That's how it was the morning I spotted that envelope stuck right to our door, taped up like a warning. Didn't even need to read the damn thing to know it was Barbara stirring up trouble again. Only this time, she'd wrapped her latest tantrum in a layer of official-looking HOA nonsense. My name's Nalin Granger, my wife's Tessa, and when we first moved into Willow Creek, we figured we'd found our peaceful, family-friendly slice of heaven. That was before Barbara's self-proclaimed queen of shrub placement and mailbox inspections rolled in with her pastel cardigans, that iron blonde perm, and the world's most annoying sense of purpose. Tessa peeled that notice off the door and just read it out loud while I stood there, half awake, mug of coffee in hand. Violation unauthorized exterior decor. Fine, $3,500 due immediately. I swear I almost choked. It had to be the bird bath, right? Just a simple concrete bowl. Nothing wild, just something for our daughter Avery to watch the Cardinals play in. Apparently, that broke some sacred clause Barbara had dug up from her own secret HOA playbook. Tessa just laughed, crumpled the notice, and tossed it in the trash. "I'm not paying a fine for making the neighborhood prettier," she said. That's when a circus really set up shop on our front lawn. 2 days later, we're eating breakfast, and suddenly the whole house lights up red and blue cop cars, right outside. I open the door, and who's standing behind the officers? Arms folded, face all twisted up like she's chewing on a lemon? Yep, Barbara. She's the one, she tells the cops, pointing right at Tessa, as if my wife's some kind of art thief. She's refusing to comply with HOA mandates. That's trespassing. Property violation. The taller cop just looks at her, deadpan. "Ma'am, that's not a criminal matter. That's civil." But Barbara's got steam coming out her ears, demanding the police remove my wife over a bird bath. The cops weren't having it, told her to take it up in small claims court. I swear, Barbara looked like she might explode. Next morning, bright orange sticker slapped across our window. Property in non-compliance subject to further action. Except it looked like something printed off a kid's computer, full of clip art, and not a legal thing on it. Tessa peeled it off with one hand while brushing her teeth with the other. Then, in the afternoon, a certified letter shows up threatening to slap a lien on our house if we don't pay up by Friday. But Tessa caught it right away. It was a fake. Forged signature, wrong watermark, all of it. That's when we realized Barbara wasn't just playing at power anymore. She was wading knee-deep in a fraud. So we started our own file every notice, every sticker, every fake letter, photos, audio from our doorbell cam, everything. That night, our neighbor Daniel Quiet, ex-Air Force, never had much to say, knocks on the door. "She's doing it to me now," he says, showing us a fine for flying his American flag. 15 years, that flag's been there. Never a problem till Barbara started swinging her scepter. Turn out, she'd been targeting others, 2 nurses, single moms, older couples, anyone who didn't just nod along. By the end of the week, we'd rallied 14 households, everyone bringing their own stack of weird fines and threatening notes. Tessa, who'd just been appointed as a substitute judge, took all those files and drafted a complaint to the county oversight office. Then we sent everything to a local reporter, Declan Shaw, a guy with a nose for drama and a grudge against bullies. Barbara, undeterred, decided to make a scene at her mandatory compliance walkthrough. You know, clipboard, backup board members who look like they'd rather be anywhere else. She stops right in front of our yard and starts barking about direct violations and consequences. Tessa just steps out, cool as ever, and says, "Careful, Barbara. You've already crossed the line into forgery. That's a felony." Barbara blanches. Board members start backing away. She tries to flex. "I represent this community." Tessa hits her back. "You represent a legal entity subject to regulation, and you've overstepped." You could hear a pin drop. 3 days later, Declan's story is all over the evening news. HOA gone rogue. There's video of Barbara's sticker, interviews with neighbors, redacted copies of forged documents. The city launches a formal investigation. At the court hearing, Barbara shows up in a suit worth more than our car, looking like she owns the world, but the judge isn't buying it. Charges: forgery, harassment, misusing authority, the whole 9 yards. The judge removes her from the HOA on the spot and suspends all enforcement actions. The board, shaken, starts unraveling. But the story doesn't stop there. One of Barbara's old yes men, Carl, drops off a flash drive at our Placino note, just data. Tessa plugs it in, and it's a gold mine. Meeting recordings, expense spreadsheets, and a folder marked consulting fees, all invoices made out of Barbara's own company. She'd been paying herself thousands, calling it governance consulting. That, my friends, is embezzlement. Tessa sent copies to our lawyer, the oversight committee, and even the state attorney general. By Tuesday, unmarked sedans are outside Barbara's place. The sheriff's department serves a search warrant. We watch from across the street, not happy, just relieved. The law finally catching up. It kept snowballing. The new interim board uncovers $75,000 missing, spent on fake consulting and development retreats that were actually spa weekends. They call a town hall, and residents push for a vote to dissolve the HOA altogether. People are fired up. By the following week, dues are suspended, fines wiped out, and the FBI comes knocking. Turns out Barbara used HOA accounts to apply for federal grants with fake documents and doctored photos. Tessa's meticulous records become the centerpiece of a federal case. Wire fraud, mail fraud, the works. Barbara's mugshot hits the news. No cardigan, just a county jumpsuit. The vote to dissolve the HOA passes by a landslide. For the first time in years, Willow Creek breathes. You'd think that was the end. Nope. One Thursday, we get a plain manila envelope, no return address. Inside, stacks of private files, background checks, surveillance video from hidden cameras inside the community center, secret audio of Barbara instructing the board on how to target problem neighbors. If we push them hard enough, they'll cave. If they complain, we isolate. The DA launches another case, this time for unlawful surveillance, data theft, and conspiracy. The FBI finds more storage units full of files, surveillance gear, notes about residents' weaknesses. Barbara's trial is a spectacle. Tessa testifies, the prosecution plays the tapes, the jury doesn't take long. Guilty on all counts. 18 years, no parole for 10. Damages awarded to every resident. A trustee liquidates Barbara's assets, including a vacation home she bought with HOA funds. But that's not what made us whole again. The real victory? No more HOA. No more fines. No more fear. Folks come together, form a volunteer committee, no dues, no power, just neighbors helping neighbors. Daniel rebuilds the bulletin board at the park. Lena throws a spring fair for the kids. People talk. They look out for each other. Grass gets a little longer, trucks park in driveways, and no one worries they'll find a fake violation taped to their door. You want to know what justice looks like? It's a neighborhood where people trust each other, where the bird bath stands and the flag flies, and the only thing taped to your door is a note from a friend. But tell me this: if you'd lived through all that, would you ever trust an HOA again? Drop a comment. Let me know where you stand on community rules, justice, or just tell me what you'd have done in our place. Your story's next.